All right, guys, I've got Coach Hoiberg standing by here. Emil, if you want to go ahead with questions, then we'll have Lad after Coach here.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with Robin.
Hey, Fred, I know the BTN guys kind of gave a rundown of Teddy's situation, but can you just kind of give us just an update on that situation? When you expect him to be back, and just how big of an impact his absence had tonight for you guys?
Yeah, it's a decision that I made before the game. That's it. And we went with the other guys tonight. Again, I thought we had great effort from our team. We'll move past it. We'll reevaluate everything again tomorrow is when we get back to Lincoln and meet as a staff and put our prep together about how we're going to move forward against Wisconsin. But tonight was a coach's decision. And, again, we'll reevaluate everything again tomorrow.
And I guess what was the reasoning for Trevor Lakes to get the start?
I just, the way we shot the ball in that first game, Trevor has been shooting the ball in practice. I mentioned it on the post-game show with Kent and Jake that, Shamil was one guy that didn't have any shutdown time and Trevor was the other one. So those guys have been getting more time in the gym. And, with Delano and Trey out there, I just wanted to get a couple floor spacers with them and, wanted to get Trevor out there and give him a chance. And, that's what this is about. It's what we're looking for moving forward with our future. Unfortunately, we couldn't get him a look early and, Lat got the two quick fouls and then, picked up the third one right away. But you see the impact when Lat's on the floor to be able to stretch it, making three, big threes for us. Some of those when we went on our run, Eduardo was phenomenal tonight. I thought he gave us terrific minutes and made some really good plays, to loosen up their pressure on some back cuts and played really hard and, had a great block and protected the rim. So, it's something moving forward where, it's going to be a decision, to get him some more minutes. Derek Walker was really tight in his chest in the game, nothing serious, but, it's just as we come back and, battle through this and try to rework our guys into shape and get their timing back, we're going to have some of that. So everybody's going to have to be ready when their name's called to go out and impact the game. But, I was proud of the effort fighting back, unfortunately, when we do turn it on and fight back, we're generally down double digits. I'd love to see that thing even or have a couple point lead to where we can push it up and take a double digit lead because we're, certainly showing we're capable of doing it. But, I thought early they were too comfortable. They got off to an unbelievable start, made shots. But I think a lot of that had to do with, our grit just wasn't there. It wasn't the same as it was. I thought for 40 minutes against Michigan State, we really guarded them. Second half, we were really good on that end. They shot 30%. They missed 17 shots in a row at one point, but it was too late. And when we got that thing to 8 and missed 3 consecutive shots, including a dunk that could have cut it to 6, and then they went in their run. We missed 3 out of 4 free throws. One of those was the front end of a 1-and-1. And they made theirs, and that's how they extended it and put us away. But, I'd love to see us right there and then go on one of those runs where we can open up a double-digit lead on our end.
All right, next up we have Chris.
Hey, Fred, what do you think it'll take to get the offense untracked? Is it just as simple as seeing the ball go through the basket a few times, or is it something more than that, or what are you seeing?
Chris, we have to take care of the ball. I mean, we're just driving into a pile. Every day in practice, I do about 5 simple play drills where we drive it in, converge on the ball, jump stop, reverse pivot, pass the ball with 2 hands, catch the ball with 2 hands, drive the next one, come to a jump stop, draw the defense, make the play. But we're just driving that thing into a pile right now. And, it's beyond frustrating because when we move it, we're pretty damn good. And when we trust it and the guys have that level of trust out there, we're pretty damn good. But, the unfortunate thing when I look at it, Chris, I mean, we had 9 turnovers in our last game against Indiana. We had 8 against Michigan. We had 9 against Wisconsin. And then these 2 games back, you go 17 Michigan State, 18 tonight. You couple that with 16 offensive rebounds. And that's, you can't give a team that many extra chances. We're not good enough. We just, it's we have a very fine margin to win these games, and we're not giving ourselves a chance with all these turnovers, and they're mostly careless. Effort ones, fine, I'm okay with that if it's an effort turnover, but it's just mindless mental mistakes that we need to correct. And that I thought we were doing a better job of after, a lot of games early where we had too many. But, if you have a negative assist to turnover ratio like we have, it's tough to win.
All right, next up is Sam.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about Andre. Maybe you don't always know what you're going to get sometimes when a true freshman comes into the game, but his sparks seem pretty considerable. How much more time did he get to earn going forward based on the way he played tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll reevaluate everything and watch the tape, but just with obviously the eye test and went out there and +9 in a game, you lose by 18 points. That shows that he's certainly deserving of more opportunity on the floor. And it is, when freshman, he was one of the early guys that caught it. He wasn't in this last group of 9, that had it. So again, he was able to do a little bit at least of activity going into this, and that might be some of it. Our guys obviously are still working some kinks out. They're talking to coaches that have been through this. The second game is very difficult because you don't have your legs after really running on adrenaline for that first one, and then game 3 generally starts to get a little better. I'd love to have 2 days. We're going to have to take an off day tomorrow, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. So we're going to have a prep for a top 20 team. The prep will be in shoot around. It's just puts you in a hell of a difficult position, but it is what it is. We're going to play 4 games probably pretty much every week heading down the stretch here. So we're going to have a shoot around prep at least one of those games because of the rule. So it's just something we got to keep working on, Sam. But as far as simple plays, we got to start figuring out when we do it in practice, it's got to carry over the games, because we're just, again, trying to do too much out there when things aren't there.
What do you want to see from Teddy over the next 48 hours?
Again, we'll get back and, have, those guys will come in and stretch, but we're not gonna be able to do much tomorrow. So, we'll see how things develop. We'll shoot around and then make the decision, moving forward on what a rotation is going to look like.
All right, last question from Jacob.
Yeah, it seems like both these first 2 games, Shamil has brought a lot of energy on both ends of the floor, but it's kind of been a little bit all over the place, some positive, some negative. Maybe it's the simple plays you're talking about, but how can you channel that energy into something really positive the way he's been playing?
Well, I agree with you, Jacob, that Shamil's given us phenomenal minutes. I mean, he's given us great energy. He's got power out there. He's a versatile defender. When he drives it to with a straight line, he's very effective. Where Shamil gets in trouble, like all of our guys, is when he tries to reverse spin dribble into a crowd when somebody's sitting right there at the elbow, as opposed to coming in again, jump stopping and making a simple play, and then the next guy makes the right play. But yeah, he's again another guy that wasn't shut down, and again, it's showing the guys that weren't shut down are the ones that are a little bit more sharp at this time. But yeah, Shamil, what did he play? 31 minutes. I thought he rebounded the ball well for the most part. But again, the 5 turnovers, we got to clean that up. And again, we'll go back and watch all of them. We're going to watch all 18 probably the morning of the Wisconsin game, which will be a real positive thing leading into that game. But we got to find a way to fix it. That to me is as important as anything, because when we again share the ball and move it, generally we have good possessions. And then again, free throws. I think we've attempted more free throws than our opponent in league, and we haven't won a damn game. And we shot 25 again today to 22 for them. You outshoot Michigan State, generally one of the more physical teams in the country, and we outscored them by 20 in the paint. So we're doing some good things. We have to shoot better. There's no doubt about it. But to me, if we don't fix the turnover problem, it's not going to be very fun. And then the rebounding, I thought we hit, even though Michigan State out rebounded us, I really thought we made an effort to go cut out and hit and play physical basketball. And that showed with the numbers in the paint and get to the free throw line. But yeah, I mean, Lat's important. When he picks up 3 fouls like he did in the first half tonight, it takes our best shooter off the court and they can shrink it in there. And that's when we had our turnover problems.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We'll be just 1 second here with Lat, guys. All right, guys, I got Lat here for some questions, Amelia.
All right, guys, go ahead and drop in the chat if you have questions. All right, go ahead, Robin.
Hey, Lat, obviously, the losing streak here is kind of starting to mount up. I guess, how are you guys just holding up mentally, with, so many tough losses in a variety of different ways? I guess just where are you guys from a mental standpoint, going into a pretty grueling grind here over the next 5 weeks?
Mentally, I think we still locked in mentally, like we just gotta stick together and, just do what coach said and trying to execute. And, just all we can do right now is just stick together and play for each other right now. But mentally, we're good though. We're good mentally.
All right, next we've got Sam.
Hey, there were a lot of players in foul trouble tonight, including yourself. What were they calling it a little different than maybe some of your other Big Ten games this year?
I don't even know, to be honest. It was just, it happened so quick sometimes, you rotate, you go help, and it just happens so quick, But yeah, it is a little different. It's definitely a little different. There's some fouls that called that were definitely questionable, but it's definitely a little different.
Thanks, Lyle.
All right, next we got Jacob.
Yeah, you guys kind of got on a little bit of a roll there in the second half and were able to cut it down to 7. You hit a few threes in that stretch. What changed with the offense that allowed you guys to kind of get going a little bit there?
Started moving the ball, made them play defense, got them a little confused, and, we were able to find the open people. But yeah, we started moving the ball a lot. So we just got to stick to that and try to do that for 40 minutes instead of little stretches,
Any more questions for that?
All right. Thanks, guys. That'll be all.